Yes, Ultimates, welcome back to another episode of the Ressies Podcast. I'm Srey, and this is Checkers.
People listening at home can see you pointing your finger.
Well, just say...
You're pointing your finger.
I'm pointing, and this is Will.
Hello.
And now you're pointing the other way.
We're pointing. We're in the podcast, man. Come on.
The podcast. Forgot about the podcast on the YouTube.
Rookie move.
There's so many other people you've got to account for, man.
Yeah, we just can't be the...
Yes,
listeners.
it is episode 10 of the Ressies Podcast. And we're a little bit flat, aren't we?
I'm not flat at all.
I'm
pumped.
I've had my...
Will's flat. Will's flat. You know why Will's flat? He didn't have a great week at cricket.
Oh, didn't it just...
It wasn't like a bad week, but it just wasn't anything to celebrate.
It wasn't anything to write a
He's
horse
got
about.
Will's going to feature very little on this podcast. Doesn't have a lot to talk about.
No.
So we'll get into the cricket later
We'll
on,
get into
though.
that
We will
soon.
get into the cricket later on. Srey, what did we get up to this week other than cricket?
Jeez, well, we went to training, of course. You know,
So we went to cricket training?
We went to
Yeah.
cricket
Other than
training.
cricket, we went to cricket training?
Yeah, we went to AFLW. But in Frankston.
In Franga.
In Frank. I've never been there before. I've been there
You've
once.
been to Frankston.
Been there
You've been
once
to Frankston.
before,
Grand
but-
final week, we went to Frankston. We lit it up at
Yeah.
the social
I've
club.
never been to the Frankston Oval, and it was actually in pretty good nick.
It was pretty good, Nick, and it was a good game. It was tight.
Very tight. For two teams that probably... at
Two teams
opposite
that won't
ends of the
make
spectrum,
finals.
Yeah. It's impressive work.
There wasn't a massive crowd, obviously, because Hawthorn and Port Adelaide were the teams playing. They're both in the bottom sort of range of the ladder. It was the last home game for Hawthorn. Hawthorn might
And they might just slide in if they win the next two.
But it's going to be pretty... No, there's only one game left.
One game left.
So it's going to be pretty hard for them to make it, I think. They'd need a lot of results to go their way.
Jesus, yeah.
But you had a kick over the pond in Frankston?
Yeah, it didn't go too well.
What's happened to your
So-
leg? You've been kicking good up until grand final day. You haven't had a kick for a few weeks?
Yeah, no, I haven't. I haven't been kicking the footy around because I'm in cricket mode in my head. I just couldn't get onto one. Probably kicked it like 25 metres. Actually quite embarrassing, if I'm honest with you.
So you've lost your kicking power.
I think so, yeah.
We spent 6 weeks with kicking coaches, kicking footies every day, 60 days straight of kicking torps.
Yeah, and I just fluffed it.
Gone to waste.
Yeah, I'm all about that. I'm all about the shoulder movement and the arm movement now with the swinging the stick around and bowling donkey droppers. So
Willie, we went to a fancy little bar on
Jeez,
Wednesday
what was?
night to watch the World Cup. The Aussies were playing. And we popped into Triggy Wicket on the good recommendation of Nick Butler.
Yeah, Big Butsy. He did mention off the pod while we've been convening about Tricky Wicket. So for those playing along at home, Tricky Wicket, bar, restaurant as well. But there's a cricket simulator. So
Indoor nets.
Indoor nets.
I think there's six nets there.
1, 2, 3,
4. There's 4.
And there's
And
There's
four.
there's
one
two.
downstairs, 2 on the mez, 1 on the roof.
Yep.
Okay.
And it simulates bowlers, fast spin, all bowling to you in
Pass.
this tiny little net, and you have to try and hit it and score some runs.
Yeah.
So it's, there's some interesting bowlers in the pre-programmed bowling system. I've
Yeah.
seen they have this at the MCG. If you go on an MCG tour, in the nets that they use for training inside the ground, they have a simulator that they can sort of set up a projector screen. There's a hole in the wall where the bowler's hand
It spits
hits.
them out.
And usually before like the Aussie Test summer or maybe the Vic Bush Rangers usually get in there and face some of their opposition
Okay,
bowling. Who were the players we were facing in the nets at
I
Tricky Wicket?
I can't even tell you who they
Ishant Sharma,
Ishant Sharma,
I know Ishant
Ravi
Sharma.
Ashwin,
Al Hassan,
Shakib Al Hassan, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure who he is.
and
And
there was
then
one other one. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't
And
remember.
They're all
then
international
Kung
players.
Fu Panda was rolling his arm over as well.
Panda's
Yeah.
also in there.
Yeah,
He
that
wa-
was a bit
He
questionable.
had a
wasn't
crack, but yeah.
Basically, it's a half pitch, though. It's a half pitch.
it? Yeah, it's very hard.
And the speed, max speed you can crank it up to, I think it was 120 kilometers an hour,
And
which
that's
we did
fast,
face.
At fast and a half.
It's
pitch.
fast on a full pitch.
that's
It's probably a lot faster than what we're facing in Division 9 cricket.
Yeah.
But on a half pitch, you have half the reaction time. So really, I don't know if it's... I'd have to do some maths, but I feel like it's double speed.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It felt like this thing was flying at 200...
200 Ks.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't see it.
I don't know about you boys, but
You got no bat on ball.
I struggled to see the whole thing.
You got bowled 9 times in a row.
9 deliveries
and one
in a
time
row.
when I got bowled, it counted as a run.
Yeah.
So,
It hit the stump and bounced off. They gave you a no ball.
Oh, Jesus.
It's the old... Remember Ryan Campbell back in the day? This would be before your time, Srey, but
Yeah.
it was the introduction of the free hit. The first game they ever had the free hit, I think. And he decided he got a no ball free hit and he stood behind the stumps and tried to play the ball behind the stumps, and the ball hit the stumps and deflected down to the boundary, and he got a run because you can't get out.
That's interesting. So he stood behind the stumps and sort of used his bat like a broom to sweep it away. Sort
Well,
of.
he was going to try ramp it, I think, from behind the stumps, but obviously it just got bowled. And then
Yeah.
he was mic'd up. It was a bit of a comedy game, I guess, because it was like T20 was pretty comedic back then.
Yeah, I don't know. It's strange.
I feel like Willie should have just been standing behind the stumps for that.
Brad Haddon did that as well in a game. He was playing for Australia A and stood behind the stumps. Shoal Bakhtar rocketed one at the stumps and he got a single for it.
Yeah, I don't know. That
There was
confuses
some
me a little
controversial calls on the weekend regarding stumps. You said he
Yeah.
made a Jade Wellington
bit.
video.
Yeah, that was very questionable too.
The batsman hit the ball back into the stumps, knocked the bails off. Ball was run away for a single, I believe.
They tried to run a single.
They tried to run a single, and she had to pull the stump out of the ground and touch the ball on stumps.
But she's had the ball in one hand and pulled the stump out with the
Yeah,
other.
technically to the laws of cricket, it was all wrong. But it was just interesting to see it happen for the first time in a very long time. Hoping it happens sometime this year in Division 9 cricket.
Probably will, won't it?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to happen. It's going to happen to Srey.
I don't play straight drives, so it's not an issue with me.
You'll be the bowling one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind.
Because people like to tonk you around.
No, they don't.
Should we get into some cricket chat? Should we get into some Division 9 cricket
I
chat?
think we should.
Yeah,
I
let's have a
think we
chat.
need to. Yeah, round one. We kicked it off with the Richmond City Fourths. We played our first game up at home. Checkers. What was the vibe like early on from the day?
The pitch was great. It was green,
Dubious.
hard, green and hard.
It's just
Looked like it had a good rolling session.
Oh, jeez.
There might have been concrete underneath it, but
Yeah.
We're playing hard wicket cricket for the first time in my life, so I think the groundsman had done a good job on the pitch, but he hadn't done a good job on the outfield.
Yeah.
It
Lots of sand. We're at the beach.
looked like a farm.
Shrey,
Beach cricket.
you haven't played cricket in
7, 8 years. Yeah, I'm not sure.
What was
Maybe.
your feelings coming back into cricket?
No, I didn't really think about it too much. I just thought, if I just like relax a little bit, it let it all come to me rather than rushing about and getting nervous. I just thought, let's just take it easy, take it as it comes. And at the end of the day, I thought the boundaries are a bit smaller. We're playing at the local primary school oval, so I just thought.
He was a little bit nervous in the
Yeah.
morning, but I think when he rocked up and saw how small the
Yeah.
boundaries was and some of the opposition, I think he calmed a little bit. Because I know the night before he was very nervous, but he rolled in and saw the primary school oval.
Yeah.
Some of the opposition were young and old. They had a few blokes above the age of 50 and a few blokes under the age of 15. So there was a bit of a mix, and I think he was relaxed. I saw him
Yeah.
become
Few deep breaths out, and I was like, this is no one.
he became the Iceman. It was like Mike Hussey in the zone.
Sorry, Aussie.
We played on pretty much a sandpit.
Yeah.
I liked it at the start of the game. We're in the rooms, and we goes, let's go do the pitch inspection.
Yeah.
We got the key out.
We're playing on hard wicket pitch.
I
I
got the
went out
key
and did a lap up and down of the pitch, shoes off.
Because you're going to be one with
And
the
then
pitch.
you've got to just soak your feet in and just be one and just enjoy your time out there.
Well, the pitch, I think the inspection, we knew what it was going to do. It
Yeah,
wasn't going to do a whole lot.
It was never
Okay,
good.
But
when
the
I-
outfield was going to do
When I say
plenty.
a pitch inspection,
You
you've
just
got
have to get out of the
outfield.
rooms. You have to get out of the rooms because one of the old blokes did a shit and it smelled so bad in there. So we had to get some fresh
A lot
air.
of heat, deep heat, and it just was stinking out the joint.
We're not going to name names, but you know who you are.
Yeah.
We were also sharing, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I went to go take a whiz in the toilet at one
Yeah.
point, and one person from the opposition walked into the toilet. We're sharing a toilet with the opposition.
We were
Yeah.
sharing a toilet. I didn't notice that.
The toilet was connected to both change rooms.
So whoever took the
Oh,
shit from our
okay.
team also stunk out the opposition's
Oh,
rooms.
gee. Maybe it was the other team that took it.
It was a bit of tactical.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I did not notice that.
Just planting
Jeez, that's
a
just
little,
real ninth level stuff. If
reading
you're reading and writing books, that's what you're writing about.
So we won the toss and we batted first. Who was batting the highest? Jared Davis.
Jared Davis. He played
Jared
last
Davis,
week.
Jasmine.
He scored 6 last week, but he knew the team better than
Yeah,
anyone.
and I think
so
they saw the potential in him with the shots he was
they also
playing.
asked Jared to sort of help with the order a little bit,
Yeah.
batting and bowling wise, because our captain had never met us before, really.
Yeah, no,
No,
we
he
hadn't
doesn't
met
go to
us.
training, so he had no idea who we were.
We had our regular captain was out. Our team was a bit mismatched. We had a few ring-ins.
Yeah.
So
We
yeah.
had like I'm 40 minutes late. Pretty much.
Yeah, we did.
Well, he rocked up 40 minutes late because there was a late out about an
Yeah.
hour before the game, so he got the call up. Speaking of late outs and rocking up late, a guy from the opposition before the game from their team came up to me and he said, "How's this? I went to take a shower this morning and my hot water was out."
Hot water, so he would have to have a cold one.
Well, he didn't have it. So he's called the cricket club because he said he worked at the cricket club for 20 years or something.
Okay, yeah.
Called the cricket club and said, "Do you mind if I come down and use the showers this morning when you open up?"
he wants
At our home ground.
He
We
wants
share.
to get on with his Saturday, have a few beers, tuck into a,
Well, we
nice
share a home
feed.
ground with Burnley.
Okay, yep,
So he was going to use the showers at Richmond City, but AKA Burnley 4th
Yeah.
grade. So he said, "Do you mind if I come down and have a shower?" They said, "Yeah, do you want to play as well? We're one short."
Oh, jeez.
So he's woken up, said to the wife, "Oh, I've no hot water. Going to head down to the club. I'll be home at 6 p.m.
So instead of just, popping down for a quick shower like he's at the local caravan park, he's ended up having to throw the stick around and throw the big red thing.
Well, this
down for a
guy
couple
said he hadn't
overs.
played in a few years, but he ended up wicket keeping. He
Jeez.
opened the batting.
Yeah.
And he top scored for him. So
Yeah, that was. So he's had a good Saturday, I reckon.
pretty much next time we play this team, we make sure his hot water works.
Yeah, I'll go turn it on. I'll go fix it for him.
Yeah.
I'll go to call me,
But
man.
it's
I'll
like-
fix your hot water
Oh, that was one of the better stories I ever heard. Was he couldn't have the hot shower, so he's had to come play cricket
to get to earn a shower
to
at the
get a
club.
shower.
Jesus, man, I do not know about
I've
that.
never heard of anything more outrageous.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that was before we'd even got out in the field or got our white side. I heard that story.
jeez.
And I was
I
like,
had the Crocs on still. And
Yeah, I was
stitching
like,
up ridiculous
are
stuff like
we
that.
playing cricket Division 9? What's going on
I don't know
here?
what's- Oh,
Yeah,
no.
like you said, we batted first. Jarrah went in first of us. He had a bit of experience under his belt. He was a bit up and about here because I think last week he didn't have the greatest game. He took 2 for and made 6, but he sort of was saying all week he knows where he went wrong. It was a learning curve. It was his first game back in a while, and he was sort of like pumped to sort of
He
fix
was
his
sort of
wrongs.
like Michael Jordan watching his own film. You watched, analysed, and said, "Let's get back to work."
Well, he was like, I can be better in the field, and I want to be better at hitting the strike. And he sort of knew where his wrongs were, and he was quite an analytic sort of week for him. He kept saying it in the car, and we were catching up.
Did he take it a bit too far though? Maybe.
He loves himself.
he does love himself.
That's I think everyone knows that. It's a known fact.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate.
Every game you take 2 for 7. Like, that's a good game. And
good-
he's-
Except he cleaned the tail. So he was he wanted to get up the bowling order a little bit, and
Nothing wrong cleaning tails, brother. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Someone's got to take 9, 10, and 11, brother.
Someone has to.
It's 10 wickets. That's a team.
Mm.
So Jarrah and yourself, you batted at 7 with him.
Yeah, so
Nice
he'd been in
spot
for
for you.
about half an over. We lost a few wickets in a row. We opened good. The first partnership was strong, and then we lost a couple wickets just before drinks.
What did we drop, Will? Was it 3 wickets and 5 runs or something like that?
Yeah,
In
it
a
was-
couple overs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the middle
for
the middle
5.
order collapse is a standard. Get used to it.
Yeah,
It's,
Australia do that as well.
yeah,
So,
I think England have been doing a whole water collapse lately. But yeah, I came in at drinks. So the drinks happened, and I was in the next ball. So myself and Jarrah, we batted together, and he's a bit of an analyst, and we had some good tactic chats out there, and we were toying with the fielders a little bit.
Yep.
Like hitting it to fielders directly, but then calling yes, but not running.
Yeah,
Just to get the fielder to fumble the ball and throw it in
it's
fast.
Sort of mind games here. Sort of psychological warfare. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever did that in school. Maybe like you did the fake run. It's like you see the fielder's like not looking, and you go yeah, and the fielder picks it up and pelts it in, and the keeper misses it, and it goes for overthrows.
No.
That's what we're hoping for, but didn't happen. But we'll
Is
just.
that a form of bullying?
It's a slight, probably not in the spirit of the game, but
the English would hate that there.
we're having a good laugh about it on the field.
Oh,
No
gosh.
moral wins there.
There's no moral wins there at all.
But yeah, with Jarrah, we worked out that I was going to be the clean hitter, and he was going to be the stroke maker, like the.
He was more classy.
He's a classy shot player. So we were farming the strike a little bit. They had a younger kid on bowling, and they had one of their openers on bowling. So Jarrah was going to face out the opener.
Yeah.
He'd been out there a little bit longer, and he just felt confident. And I said, all right, give me the young kid. He was only 13.
Yes.
I want to face him. You can have the
13-year-old, It was
opener.
quite handy, though, to be fair.
He plays a bit of cricket. He plays T20s on Friday nights, and he plays in his school games. So he's playing 4 games of cricket a week. I had a good chat to him.
Jeez.
But he was bowling
That's
into
too
the
much
wind.
cricket.
That's a tough
It was his
line.
3rd game for the week.
My back would be in all sorts.
And he was bowling into the wind, strong breeze, and the boundary was about 20 metres. So I put him over the rope a few
You
times.
can't fault him, can you?
Jarrah got bowled by the opener, which sort of was upsetting. We had a 40-run partnership.
Yeah, you almost had the glove punch animation like in the
I
cricket
thought
game.
when I was out there for a second, I was like, me and Jarrah are going to make 50 each.
Yeah, you look really
Like I was like,
good.
this is going to be a hot start to the year. Me and
Yeah.
Jarrah are going to both make 50. We're going to have a pretty strong partnership. You have to retire at 50, by the way, in our grade,
Yeah.
which is criminal if you ask me.
I don't know about that. If I'm honest with you.
But Jarrah got bowled. Then I saw you boys on the boundary line because you were in at 10 and 11. You were
Yeah.
padded up. You were wired up. You were getting ready to go out.
I was stretching.
Will was playing a few ghost drive shots.
And I was
is that what you
also
call them?
PI
Shadow
double
batting.
my pants.
Shadow batting. I was sleeping for most of it, or trying to nod off before I
Yeah.
batted.
But I saw you
R&R.
two on the boundary line like little kids just desperate to get out there. So I thought, all right, I better tee off. Either I make my 50 quickly and they get to come on, and then I can maybe come in and bat with one of you guys at the end, or either I get out and you guys get to come on regardless. There's only about 5 overs to go.
Yeah.
Teed off a little bit, hit a couple more sixes, and then I got bowled as well
Yeah, jeez. We didn't look good.
by a 14-year-old bowling a slower ball into the wind. So it was
Was
going
it
at
out the
about
back of the hand, you reckon?
it was
What
going
it?
about 20 kilometers an hour.
I remember I was recording it and Will goes, that's at the back of the hand. Or you always have a slow ball. And I was like, no, I can't.
It was coming down for the
Yeah.
second bounce because it was a shorter ball too.
Yeah,
He
jeez.
he must have seen our net sessions because Checkman is very good with a lot of
With the
pace
pace
on.
on, with the slow ball.
When
It's
it's
kryptonite.
When it's very slow, Checkman.
Well, I just saw the ball go
struggles a
short
little
and my
bit.
eyes lit up. So my
Yeah.
head went straight up and I was trying to hit him out to the car park.
And
It came down for the second bounce and cleaned up my stumps.
absolutely just falls down.
I think there was a guy batting in between us, but I raced off into the rooms, got changed, came back out, and you boys were both back out there.
Yeah.
And you had probably like an over to left about
Yeah, I think maybe 10, maybe 10 balls.
10 balls.
So I
So
think
you
I'd
came in
already-
at 10 and Will came in at 11.
I'd already ran a single, I reckon, by the time Will got in.
Was that off your bat?
Yeah,
You're off the mark. How'd you get
yeah.
off the mark? I was nervous for anyone making a duck, but no one thankfully made a duck.
I reckon it was like a bit higher, and it's just hit my bat, and it probably should have been like buys, but they gave it to me.
Did you get nervous to get off the mark?
Yes.
Were you like, because if
extremely
you get a
nervous.
duck, you're
Because I thought
gonna get roasted.
I want to make one run. I want to hit a single before I like start swinging my hands at things.
Same.
And that had gone away because the third ball I hit almost got caught. So that's when I started stressing. I was like, all right, yeah, I need to like get at least a single, so that if I'm swinging at stuff, I've not gone for a duck. Oof.
And then Willie came out.
Yeah, I wanted to, like Srey, I wanted to get off the mark early. I got one on my pads. I hit it down to fine leg. I've turned around. Srey's standing there looking back at me saying, do you want it? Do you want the run?
It was the same with
and I'm
Jaro.
like-
We had one
Yeah.
situation.
I'm like, yes, obviously I want the run. And he's just standing there like,
I think
Yeah.
like anyone who's played cricket before would understand the rule of like if it goes behind the wicket,
Yeah. So I sort of knew
you have
that,
to call it. If
but-
it goes in front of the wicket, Will's calling it because it's like whatever end is going to be the end that they're probably most likely to throw to, and you're running to that end, you have to call it. But Jared didn't
Yeah.
know those rules. He didn't get it. We had to teach him it out in the field,
Yeah, Chase.
just like we had to teach him how to umpire at one point.
Srey,
yeah.
Srey knows now.
I sort of knew, but I thought like me saying, "Do you want it?" was like, "I want to run this," but Jace, do you want to run it?
I mean,
I was
we'd
assuming he was always going to say yes.
been to a lot of trainings and we've been practicing the fundamentals like bowling and batting and fielding and catching, but we haven't been practicing running between
No,
wickets.
No.
to be honest, I'm really not interested in doing any
We
sort of
haven't
running
been practicing
between wickets.
scoring. We haven't been practicing updating the scoreboard.
Yeah, I don't know. How to. If you put me into umpire at Central, I couldn't do it. I could not tell you what any of the calls are.
Jarrah went
how
out to
distinguish
umpire the
any of it.
first 10 overs. He goes, what's a no ball and what's a wide?
Yeah, he's like, "How do I call a no ball?"
And I
I
think
said, "You're asking the wrong bloke because I don't know either."
we had like a few buys and a few leg buys go through and he didn't make any signals because he didn't know what
Yeah,
they were.
Nah, he had no idea.
A few of our boys got free runs out of it, so good
Yeah,
on
me
you,
too.
Jarrah.
I got free runs out of one of mine.
Good
So
on
we
you,
finished
Jarrah.
up, what did we make overall? 150.
150. I ended up hitting a 4 that should have been caught and a 6 that was.
Six was good.
Upon
I
reflection,
liked
the
your
shot
six.
didn't look.
It went 25 metres, but it cleared the rope.
It did clear the road, but the
Someone's
shot
got a clear cow
did not
corner.
look good. It
And
did
Willie, you
not look
made...
Two. I made
There's
two.
about
Two not
a
out.
15-run partnership at the end. It was all right. The Ressies provided.
good. Yeah.
We had a 40-run partnership with Jarrah.
Yeah, I got into a few.
You guys
runs.
got on a few at the end. We
Yeah.
provided. We made... Trying to think off the top of my head, we made about half the team's score, which is pretty fair. We pulled our weight with the bat, I'd say.
Yeah, I would think so. And then came time to bowl.
Came time to bowl.
Field.
I'll tell you right now, we came off for afternoon tea, and I was still a bit buzzing from just watching Srey hit a 6
Yeah.
and me and Jarrah having a partnership. We was moving quite fast.
It was all happening really, you know.
I used to play a lot of 2-day cricket, so it was where you had a lot of time. It was real slow, but
Yeah.
1-day cricket, I'm not used to, and it moves quite fast, and
does
it's
go
over
quick,
very
doesn't it?
quick. So I was in the change rooms at afternoon tea, and I came out, didn't even realise the tea was out on the table, so I
Yeah.
missed most of that. What was the spread like? I didn't get to see most of it.
A lot of homemade sandwiches. There was some homemade cupcakes apparently that I didn't see.
So
which is
they
really
must have been
They were
taken
going
first.
pretty quick. A couple of Woolworths or Coles donuts.
I had a
Um,
sandwich triangle and a pizza thing. Jarrah gave them to me,
bit
but
of bakery operation,
I had one of those
pizza
pizza
scroll.
things
There was some
because-
watermelon, which is very good.
what would you rate the table out of 10?
Jeez. Oh.
It was 7.5.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not even. Maybe 6. I don't know.
6.
7.5.
Yeah.
Well, it was our away game for us. So next week, we won't have a game next week because of the Melbourne Cup,
Yeah.
but the week after, we'll have to do some afternoon tea.
Yes.
It's another away game.
Oh, we're away
it really?
again.
Yeah,
Jeez,
we're
that's a bit
playing-
stiff.
We play against Clifton Hill away from home.
Oh,
On the 11th of November.
Yes.
jeez.
At
That's stiff.
Clifton Hill RSL.
Cox Oval.
WJ.
WJ Cox Oval.
That's another away game. Well, when we get that chance for a home game, we're going to have to make sure we provide
Yeah,
the
I might-
best afternoon tea
I
in the
might make a
league.
cake.
I don't know if cake's good for afternoon tea, man. Would you eat a cake at afternoon tea?
Have a look at me. I'd eat anything for afternoon tea.
But what would be your most preferred thing for afternoon tea?
Wow.
I'm a big sandwiches. I like the
Sandwiches are
sandwiches.
good.
And then there was no mini pies or sausage
Mini
rolls.
pies,
No.
sausage rolls, they're
I didn't really see any sort of oven operations.
Yeah,
in any
so
of the
maybe we
rooms,
need to
so
get maybe we bring an air fryer
bring the air fryer.
and we plug it in the
Yeah.
change rooms to get that cooking.
Sausage rolls with sauce would be my preference, I believe.
Bring the air fryer. You
Anyways,
Why
it's an
not?
essential, a cricket essential now.
Is
The
the
air,
air
we'll get
fryer.
I'll get a couple of them so we can cook a few different assortments up.
We'll just like bring a whole kitchen full of
Bring the
air
kettle.
fryers.
Dim
Bring the
Sims in
kettle as well,
one.
man.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways, I was in the change rooms. I had to upload this video that I was waiting for tea time to upload. I had a specific time I need to get it up.
Yep.
And I'm waiting for it to upload in the change rooms. And I look up and there's no one else in the change
No one's in
room.
the rooms.
And I come out and everyone is on the field.
Yeah. Will was warming up the bowl.
Well, I didn't know we had to warm up.
Yeah.
No one's come in and said, "Hey boys, warm up." We just walk out on the field.
Yeah, it was a bit
So
different.
we was over the bowling with a new rock, and apparently I was bowling second. I didn't know. I hadn't looked at the scorebook. No one had told me that I was going to be bowling second.
Nah.
I didn't even have my shoes tied up properly.
No, I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know if I was going to get a bowl. I didn't know if I was bowling after I had no idea what was happening.
There was no real structure there. We just we knew he was opening. We knew that much.
Someone threw me the ball and said, "You'll probably need this." I'm like, "Oh, yep, cool." So
That's fair enough.
Must be.
Assumes I'm opening.
must
Yeah.
mean I'm opening.
You
the bowl.
might need this one.
Yeah, but
No warm up.
No.
No stretching.
No.
Normally, I used to open the bowling a lot growing up as a kid, and we'd spend like 45 minutes warming up. You'd be doing all the stretches on the ground. You'd be doing all the stretches with your arms and shoulders. You'd go in the nets and do a bit of bowling. You'd come back, use maybe the foam rollers, do some more stretching, do a few run throughs.
we
then
didn't
you're out in the
crack
oval.
Foam rollers.
Yeah, there was nothing of the sort.
No warm up whatsoever.
The warm up was just washing your hands after eating the sticky watermelon.
Yeah.
That's all you got. That's all you got.
So I've come out and field. Will's got the new rock. I'm like, where do we want me to field? And the captain says, go down to fine leg.
Fine leg.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, no worries.
And then I'm at fine leg at the end of the over, and he goes, Jaggers, you're up.
You're bowling, and
It's a 150-metre sprint to the crease.
to get to the crease to bowl off your 10 steps. I could not believe
Crazy.
that they've sent you out the fine leg, basically out to the middle of nowhere, to then have to come bowl the next over.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. So it was a bit of a mishap early on. I don't know if you felt, not rattled, but we just felt maybe a little bit disorganised.
I was in all sorts anyway.
Rushed.
Rushed.
is
We
the
weren't.
word.
Rushed is-
We didn't have our best fielders in our best positions. We weren't prepared on who was bowling when
I was
and
at mid
where.
on. That was fantastic.
I enjoyed it. I was sitting at first sleep.
Oh, you were.
I
loving
was
it.
at fine leg.
Yeah, you were loving it at first sleep, and I was
Yeah.
just poddling along at mid off, just doing
But I
not
think
much.
we let up maybe a start we didn't want to let up exactly. We let them take the upper hand.
Yeah, they were running it for old fellas. They were.
They had
running,
two very old blokes opening
Very-
batting.
they were
Now, I
running
know
some
you
very nice
discredit to
singles.
them if they're listening. I think they were probably late 40s, early 50s, which is old for cricket.
Yeah, and they
50s,
were-
60s.
and they were just chopping wonders out at the point and just running nice quick singles.
Not a lot of
the time.
boundaries.
They had
No,
a
not
very
a
good shot.
boundaries.
They had a very good shot to point and a very good flick
think
off their pads.
My innings, I made 38 off maybe about 15, 20 balls. Your
Yeah.
innings, you made 12 off about six balls.
Yeah.
They came out and made 50 off about 60 balls. So it was a
Yeah.
different type of innings, but they were none down at drinks, none for 80, I believe, at drinks.
Yeah, it was. We
Whereas
were ahead in the run
at
rate,
drinks,
but
we were
just-
5 for 80. So
Yeah.
it was a different setup. We'd lost a few wickets and they had wickets in the shed. So we were a bit flat coming off at drinks.
I was definitely flat. My head was down.
We would bowled 5 or 6 overs. I think I bowled 4 or 5 overs.
Yeah.
Jared bowled 4 or 5 overs. Didn't go too expensive because they weren't going at a crazy strike
No, they
rate.
weren't, but they were just chipping away.
But they
at
just had us on toast. It was too easy for
it
them.
was that we were toast and they were putting butter on us.
Yeah.
All over us.
Trey was standing in the field,
Standing
wondering
at
when he was
mid-off.
going to get his chance.
Yeah, was not told if I was going to bowl or
Oh,
not.
man.
I was batting at 10, so I had, I think, under a right assumption I was going to have maybe bowl 3 to 4 overs, and that just didn't end up happening, did it?
He kept looking at me going, do you reckon I'm next? Do you reckon I'm next? Do you reckon I'm next?
Yeah, I
I
was
was
asking
fielding
if-
at mid-off and Trey was at mid-on for most of the game.
Yeah.
And we had some good banter. And we were, every time the spinners, we had a few spinners bowl in
Yeah.
our team. And every time they delivered the ball before the ball would even almost hit the bat, we were going up for appeals. So
Because I just thought that the bowling, the style, the action, the way it came out the hand, I thought, has to be a wicket. How good does that look?
we were just trying to keep
Just-
people alive in the field because it was moving slow. It
I
was
saw
one day cricket, but it
Jarrah
was
almost
moving.
had a nap on the boundary.
Yeah.
He
Keep
was,
it entertaining.
I was having a crack.
Yeah.
Trey was best on for banter on the field. He brought the vibes, and I feel like I remember one thing my coach used to teach me in juniors was make sure you clap after every ball because it keeps you awake, like keeps you entertained.
Yeah, jeez.
Because sometimes if you're not clapping or talking, you can fall asleep in the field. You forget to walk in, you don't watch the ball come your way and you're not prepared. So it was like make sure you just clap after every ball, even if it's just one clap.
Yeah.
But Srey was talking after every ball. He was going up appealing.
I ended up getting like a really dry, sore throat. Maybe that's because all I drank was a purple Gatorade.
I did bring in a bit of show and tell because at one point in the game, I believe Jarrah was bowling at the time.
Yeah.
And
think
I'm
so.
walking in at mid-off. These are my whites. You won't be able to see these on the Spotify, but you will be able to see them on the vodcast. They're a little bit dirty. There's some zinc cream there.
Yeah,
got
some
his
golden
pants.
zinc cream.
And if I roll them out just here, there's some grass stains, but that brown stain just there is something different. At one
not
point,
mud.
I'm at mid-off. I'm walking in, and I felt my foot squish a little bit. I looked down, and I've stood in the biggest, dirtiest dog poo you've ever seen.
No.
It was so big.
Oh dear.
And I've turned to Srey after the ball and said, Srey, and I've kicked the dog poo along the ground so I could see that it was dog poo, like it exploded. And I said,
Yeah.
Srey, I just stepped in that dog poo.
And I've gone to hysterics.
He's pissed himself laughing. But the next delivery, the batsman has not played a ball to us all day. They've played
No.
square of the wicket all day. They've not come to mid-off or mid-on all day.
Right.
We've had about 40 overs. Well, it's only a 35 again, but we've had about 20 overs in a
I
row of
haven't
not
touched
touching the
it.
ball. Not even like throwing around the field. They were just throwing it straight back to the bowler. We
Yeah.
had not even seen the
No.
ball. We were
I
so
had not touched
balked.
the peel until like maybe the 15th, 17th. over.
Batsman's charged the pitch, hit it straight down to me. I've knelt down to field the ball, and that there is dog poo because I put my knee in it.
Jesus.
And he's gone. He's gone across to me, and he's gone. I've just kneeled in dog poo, and my only words were, "Don't come near me."
So I haven't washed my whites yet. I don't know if I should keep it on there for a couple of weeks.
I don't think so, man. I
It
think that's
smells a
gotta
little
be
bit funky.
Some sort of disease.
I know last time I brought something stinky into the studio, Dill wasn't happy about it. He said, "Don't bring
Yeah,
stinky stuff in the studio."
fact
So,
that his dog poo
so I brought my dog
pants
poo
are
whites
here.
in.
The fact his dog poo pants are here.
from Saturday, and it's
My
now
Puma
Monday.
pants.
Puma pants.
I don't know.
But yeah, that was the most exciting thing to happen in the field for me. I don't know what for you. Jay Davis took 2 catches.
Yeah, well, pretty. There was one of them that gets a bit of effort.
I feel
but
like if it was anyone else, they'd probably be dropped.
I was not catching any of them.
Oh, jeez.
They were
Give me
coming,
a
they were
break.
spinning. He was pretty clean. He
I
was
was
clean.
not catching
One of them was a
anything.
jumping catch. Credit to Jay Davis. We had him in the right spot. He's
I reckon
probably
about,
our best
I reckon
fielder.
about 10 of them went over his head beforehand, so
Not of his
Yeah.
fault.
not of his
But-
fault at all. But they just
No.
went.
But
there.
he probably is one of our better fielders, and he took two grabs in the field. So
Yeah, and
tidy
that's
game by
a
him.
good day out, I reckon.
Yeah, we've got a lot to improve on.
We really
Exactly.
do.
Batting was good. Bowling,
Bowling-
we were dog poo in
Yeah.
in the bowling.
Yeah.
So basically, all 4 of us bowled. I bowled 1 over. None of us got
You're
a wicket.
over. You weren't going to get.
I wasn't gonna get an
There's-
over actually.
We'll call Will out here. It's come to the end of the bowling list, and they need about 10 runs to win. And the captain said, "All right, Will and Checkers, you bowl the next 2 overs."
Yep.
And I turned to Will and said, "How about we give Srey the over so that he can get a bowl because he hasn't bowled yet. I feel bad for him. He's been out in the field all day. He hasn't touched the ball.
Nah.
He's been tearing it up in the net."
And I batted at 10.
I was like, "Chuck Srey, you're over." And Will goes, "Nah."
You know what, mate?
See-
To be fair, he batted at 11.
Yeah, but
See-
he'd already had 5 overs.
true.
In the heat of the moment, because I can't remember it now, but I can tell you right now, this would have been me. In the heat of the moment, I thought, just salvage something, Will. You've done sweet fuck all day. You've stood at first slip. You've stood at short cover. You were even at silly cover.
Yeah, it was that silly.
Just
cover.
take a wicket. And in that over that I did bowl, I got an inside edge that could have.
He went for 7. He went for 7 off that over.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
They
did.
needed 10 to win.
I'd only gone for 10,
10 in
out
the
of my
first 4.
first 5.
None for 9 off his first
Yeah, out of my first
5. I've got the scorecard in front of
Yeah.
me here. I'm reading it off my phone.
I went for 9.
Yeah.
That
Uh,
last over, you got hit for 4 and 3 singles.
Yeah.
So, anyways, my over. The captain's gone, "All right, Checkers, you're up." I said, "Nah, Shrey's bowling my over. Let him have a crack."
Yeah.
They need 3 to win. It reminded me a little bit of Michael Clark back in the day. He got brought on late in the day against India and took 6 for.
Yes.
He took
yes.
he took 3 in his last over of the day, whereas Srey would have had to take 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
they were 3 down. They needed 3 to win.
Yeah. So they've got all the tools.
So you
in
needed,
the
you needed
shed.
7 for 3, which I thought if anyone could do that, it's not me.
Nah.
It's Srey.
Yep.
So we
Well-
brought you on. We brought you on into the wind.
Which really just probably didn't help my case at all. Because I bowled, yeah.
And
Yeah.
the loss was impending, so the field their heads were down. No one was walking in. No one was encouraging.
There was no one on the boundary either. If there was a catch to be taken.
I've got the scorecard here. I'm going to talk you through it. All right.
Yeah.
First ball single. There was the older guy was on strike. All right. So the old guy that'd been
Yeah.
out there for most of the day was on
Yeah.
strike.
Single.
All right. So they need 2 to win. You've got
2 to
5
win.
balls up your arm.
Yeah.
What's going through your head at this point? Young kids come on strike. Who's hit Will for 4 last
Yeah.
over. He's shown he's got a bit of bat about him.
I was just trying to bowl it as fast as possible, but like off 3 steps and trying to make a turn
Into the wind.
into the yes.
All right.
Oh,
Next
wow.
ball 6. Quite possibly the biggest 6 of the
He
day.
just-
That
He
was
just-
massive.
It just took 2 steps and just
Took
slapped
2 steps
me.
down the pitch and hit him over cow corner.
Yeah.
Where he sent half the field to go field the ball because it went into the trees and it
Yeah.
was in the parkland. And there was about, I don't know if you've seen that Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other. There's like 3 Spider-Men in the room.
Yep.
I walked into the parkland to help find the ball and there was all these old blokes from our team just pointing at each other. Like, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Anyone seen it?
Yeah, and no one had seen it.
And it was about another 40 metres on from where they were looking. So we finally got the ball back.
Yeah.
Everyone's gone, sweet, game's over. They made the runs. They got 7 runs off the over. They only needed 3. Let's all head in. And their batsmen go, no, we'll finish you over.
Yeah.
So you've got another delivery. What's going through your head now? You've been hit for the biggest 6 ever.
Don't do the same thing. Just don't do that.
And what'd you do?
The same thing.
So another massive 6.
Yep.
This one, we had the oldest bloke in our team fielding at cow corner.
Yep.
And it has gone at neck height from the batsman to the
it
boundary.
wasn't like a massive 6. He just hit it flat.
He's hit it so hard, though.
Yeah, he smashed it. Like, he's
so
wound
hard.
up.
Like, it is not left neck height.
No.
And the old guy in the outfield couldn't see it.
No, he
Did not see it coming, and it's landed about 4 metres to his left.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it was in direction of him, he probably would be in hospital right now.
I was just thinking, if that's anybody else on our team, or just anybody in general, that maybe saw the ball, maybe they get their hands on it to catch. But
to be fair, the game was over.
Yeah.
We'd already lost. I feel like he was just like a bit half asleep.
Yeah.
And the ball was almost killed him. But there was another 6.
Yep.
What's the next thing going through your head? You've just been hit for 2 big 6s.
Don't do the same thing you
What'd
just
you
did
do?
twice in a row. Did the same thing again.
Same thing. So it was 4. Then he's bowled a 1.
Yep.
And then last ball you over, you bowled
A full
a
toss.
neck high full toss.
Yeah, it was
head
bad.
high full toss.
Thank God they didn't call it a
The 13-year-old who bowled me out, he's at square leg, and I've whispered in his ear, don't call no ball.
Yeah.
Do not call no ball. We're done. We're going off the field. He goes, hands down by his ankles and said, no, it's fine.
Yeah,
Legal
that's good
delivery, game over. So none for 20 off your over with potentially should have been more runs because it was a no ball.
Yeah. I was flat. I'm very flat.
Do you reckon you're getting a bowl next week?
No, I think I'm probably going to bat like maybe 2 spots. I'll probably bat at like 8. But no, I probably shouldn't bowl. Probably shouldn't bowl.
The scenario was against him. The wind was against him.
I feel like they had their 2 biggest hitters in as well. Like, if the older fellas were in, they probably would have just like, maybe played
Flicked
it for
you around
4.
for a single or so.
Single or 4.
To be fair, I think that guy that came in isn't supposed to be playing 4th 11 cricket.
Yeah.
He was their best bowler and their best bat, so
Yeah, questionable, isn't it?
sounds like Jared Davis.
Oh, don't tell him.
jeez,
He's going to
don't
listen.
pump
He's
his
going
ego up.
to love
Going to
that.
pump his
Don't
ego
pump
up
his
a little
toes
bit.
He's
up
going to
anymore
love
than he-
that.
Anyways, there's no game this week coming up. We are off because a long weekend with the Melbourne Cup and
Melbourne
everything
Cup
going
on,
on.
yep.
So
I'm going to do a little voting system here. So after every game,
Dub tees, votes.
I've decided we're going to do votes out of the people from the Ressies.
Yep.
So we're not going to vote on. We're not
Yeah.
going to vote on
We're gonna ask
the
for-
other.
the
players.
Ressies B and F.
Yeah, we're
Is
going
it
to do
4,
a
3,
Ressies.
2, 1?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So 4 votes. We'll go to Checkers this week for hitting 5 6s.
And so what did you make? You made 38.
38.
And you bowled pretty tidy.
My first overs went for a few, but my last 2 overs went for 2. I had a maiden in there in my last over, and then I got
What
dragged.
did you go for all of?
None for 22 off 5.
Yeah.
That's not
Which, in a one-day game, considering the rate they were going, it wasn't horrendous.
bad. No.
Considering you went for 20 off 1 over.
Yeah.
No offense, but like there were
No.
some other bowlers who went for 20 off 1 or 2 overs too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Number 2. Well,
So
the
3
three
votes.
votes.
Yep.
Jared Davis.
yeah, I
Fair
think
enough.
Jay
Yeah,
Davis made 16, rotated the strike, took 2 catches,
How many runs did he go for?
none for 15 off 3.
Yeah,
He did have to bowl into the wind though. His overs were
Yeah.
into the wind. That was when
It
we
was
changed ends.
very tough for him.
So 5.
He's not a quick bowler either. He's a swing bowler, and it was
Yeah.
just they were holding up in the wind.
You don't want that.
2 votes.
Yep.
I'm going to go with you, Srey.
Yeah. Okay. That's
First game back into cricket.
Yep.
Made 12. The
Made
12 was
12.
impressive.
I feel like 12
I feel like
runs,
people weren't expecting it. I was
No.
expecting a duck.
You told me you were going to hit a 6, and you did. So
Yeah,
you
I wanted to get at least
stay
one.
true to your promise. And then I'll take the 1 vote because I wouldn't say I talked myself up, but
He's played the most cricket
I've
out of
played-
anyone
I thought
recently.
we was going to take 47 wickets in one game. That's how
I did
confident
hear at
was.
one point in the car, we'll say he's going to take 10 for this week, but
I was pumping
Well, I
up.
couldn't blame him.
I was pumping up my tyres saying how weird would it be if I took 10 on debut at this club.
and he took none for 16.
Didn't even take a single wicket.
Yeah, it was.
And you can't blame anyone but yourself.
But
for
I
that.
think it was just a tough day in general for us. I'm on.
Well, we'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll hopefully have the streaming up by then so you can watch along at home.
Yep.
We'll have some footage up. We'll improve our filming. But yeah, that was our first game of cricket done.
Mhm.
Srey hits his first 6.
Hopefully many more.
Hopefully someone takes a wicket out of the Ressies next
I just,
week.
yeah, I
We
really.
the Ressies
Someone's
batting
gonna-
was good. The Ressies bowling was horrendous.
Someone's got to take a wicket, please.
I'd like a wicket. Just not even from me. I just want 1 wicket.
Surely.
I-
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. I think it'll be you boys, not me.
Do you reckon you'll get a bowl next week?
Nah, no way.
All right, I don't know if there's a fine system going on at cricket. if you do anything outrageous, but there's something that I'm not going to fine you for because you made it into the Geelong Advertiser this week.
Yes.
In the paper,
did.
and it wasn't for your cricketing skills.
Don't we just love being paper boys?
No.
It was for the sexy little hairy caterpillar you got in your top lip.
Yeah, my little porno mode.
I'm not sure I'd be calling it sexy, but I think it's classy and it's handsome.
Do you want to explain what's going on with the Advertiser and why your article was in the paper? It's quite an interesting backstory, and I think we have a potential proposition coming up here for the Ressies.
Yeah, so I was in the newspaper, the Geelong Advertiser, for the Movember work that I do. So every year for about, I think this is my 6th year.
6 years? You've been growing a mustache for 6 years.
He's got a tattoo.
I've been trying to grow a mustache for 21 years.
I've been doing Movember. I've been raising funds for the great foundation that is Movember.
Yep.
Raising awareness for men's health, prostate cancer and testicular cancer. Very close to my heart as I lost my father to suicide. So it's all about checking in on your mates, checking in on men. And yeah, Movember's been a massive part throughout my high school, throughout my cricket club, every year that's been done.
So much so that you got the tattoo last year?
Yeah, so I raised $2,000 last year, and I said if I did that, I would get a tattoo. And I raised that in 10 days, so... Tattoo.
That's huge. 10
It's
days.
huge.
That's massive.
Tattoo is on my leg.
But something I want to do this year, now that we've got the podcast and we're all together and we're playing cricket, is I want to beat that and I want to smash it out the park.
Because you guys are experienced November campaigners.
I want 20k.
We're going to do 20k.
20k.
20k. Between the Ressies pod, we're going to start...
I reckon we can do it.
We're going to start a Movember channel. We're going to start like a group. So you obviously have your account. Srey, I want you to sign up.
Yeah, I'll sign up definitely.
I'm going to sign up as well. I did Movember last year though, and I did shave my mustache off, and it was a horrendous month. Not having a dig or anything. I understand the whole premise of it is to take your mustache off, but we do a lot of video content, and it is very. It's going to cost. It's going to cost us work. It's going to cost us work.
I love the Czech man so much with my heart. Without a mustache, I genuinely think children would cry.
So I'm going to commit to some other challenges this year. I did take the mustache off last year. We can overdub an image if you're watching the vodcast of what that looks like.
It's right here.
You don't want to see it.
No, you don't.
You don't want to see it again. So this year I'm going to grow a beard. A little Ricky Ponting beard. I think I can commit
goatee,
to
sort of.
the goatee.
Oh, I like that.
And we're going to involve some other challenges, maybe some running and fitness challenges, which is something the Ressies will have to
that is a challenge.
dig in for. Srey, I want you to sign up and commit to some challenges as well.
Yeah, I don't know. So I did a campaign recently where I painted my nails, and I actually love that. I raised $1,000 in 4 days. 20k seems very achievable.
I think we send it out to the viewers. If you've got some challenge ideas, we'll put it up on the Instagram and on the TikTok. But basically, we're going to be doing challenges for the month of November. Will's going to grow his mustache. We're going to do some challenges with you and me, Srey. We're going to create a team. We'll try some other people in the office. I reckon we can get Dylan, Dan, and Scotty Walton and a few of the other boys to join in. And we're going to create a Ressies Movember challenge. See if we can get 20k raised. I have some other things in the works at the moment as well. We have our trade-up challenge that we did earlier in the year, Srey. We didn't get grand final tickets out of it. So we failed. We failed the task. We did get to the grand final. We didn't get there with the trade. So at the moment, we have a Lance Franklin signed Guernsey at home from the trade-up challenge. Just sitting there.
And it's collecting dust.
It's collecting dust. We didn't get our grand final tickets with it, but I want to put it to a good cause. So we're going to put that up for auction with all of the money we raise from that to go into the Movember pool. I also have my gear from the longest kick, the Fox Footy longest kick, which people were inquiring about. So I've got my Puma jacket, the Guernsey, boots, and shorts. So I want to auction that off as well, see if we can get some more cash into that pool and get the 20k.
I can do that as well. I've got the same stuff.
Yep, got the same stuff. I'll see if any of the boys in the office have got some stuff we can chuck in for an auction. We'll make a big Movember auction. We've also got today in the office, I don't know if people can see this on the vodcast, we got some stickers. So we got
hopefully the glare's alright.
A new sticker pack. So we've got Ressies, Chalky Milk stickers. We have stickers for the Ressies pod. We got some marmalade stickers. And then these are the ones that I'm really loving. And these are the big ones here.
So these ones are great, guys.
So these are some transparent stickers. You're not going to be able to see the backing. But I don't know if...
Just peel one off.
Peel one off?
Why not?
Peel one off.
All right, so it's a transparent sticker, and it's got the Ressies logo on it. The aim of this, I think, in my head, is we're going to chuck these on cricket bats.
Yeah, I'd love that. On the back.
You can chuck it on your laptop and stuff if you don't have a cricket bat.
On the back of cricket bats.
But for me, these are a cricket bat sticker. I've got them made in the quality that will last up in the weather on your cricket bat, so they should last a fair while if you whack them on the back of your cricket bat. I'm going to whack one on mine.
Definitely.
You boys are going to whack them on yours. But 100%. Basically, this sticker pack... Not going to be for sale. You put that on your sticker.
Put it on his laptop. There you go.
Sticker pack's not going to be for sale this year. It's going to be if you donate to our Movember cause, the Ressies Movember page. We will send you a sticker pack in the mail. You just send us the screenshot of your donation and your address, and we'll send a sticker pack out. So
done.
We did order them to put on the website for some merch sales, but I think for the month of November. For Movember,
Yep.
you send a donation into the Ressies Movember cause. We'll send you out a sticker pack. So that includes all those
Perfect.
stickers, but most importantly the cricket bat sticker, which I think.
might even kiss one for you. Little lipstick mark on them.
So there's a few things going on. We want 20k. We'll see if we can get some sponsors on board. We might do some fitness programs and some challenges.
Yeah, we'll have a crack. We'll see what
We might even host an event later in the
I'd
month.
love to do something like that.
Why not? Let's just
love
do it
to
all.
do
To see how our fundraising is going. But anyways, November's going to be a big month for the Ressies. I'm trying to get a sponsor on board so we can get some money for all the runs and wickets we take as well.
Wow, that'd be huge.
Which I don't know if it'll be a lot after the weekend.
Yeah,
We're
probably,
gonna have to.
we're gonna donate
work hard.
35 cents each or something.
It will push us a little bit further to play better on the weekends if we know that it's going to result in money going towards that good cause.
Absolutely.
Yes, checkers, check out. World famous segment. Internationally famous.
Yeah.
Universally famous segment.
Just
So the
more
aliens
ma-
know- the
just
aliens
more
know about
mayo
it.
on it.
Yeah.
More and more.
It's the most consistent segment of the pod. We normally have a feedback segment, which was AFL 1170. And since AFL season's finished, you boys have gone missing, gone cold.
Wicket 11. We'll get a cricket one going. We'll get a cricket
It's
one.
just been a
be
few
up
weeks
and
since
down.
we've heard your feedback. So I took up the reins this week. Before we get into the checkout, I took up the reins, put my own feedback out there this week to my Snapchat following, and asked for some jokes to come into the
gags?
pod. Yeah,
I don't mind
we've
it.
been missing the feedback. And
Yeah.
I mean, I've been bringing the checkout every week. You boys haven't been bringing the feedback to the
No,
table. So I
yes.
thought I'm going to bring some gags to the table this week. Hit up the
Rightio.
Snapchat followers. Some of them are pretty average. Not going to lie, but I'll read a couple out. We'll see if we can get a laugh out of you. So
All right.
first one from Emma. How do you make a tissue dance?
How?
Lost me.
Put a little boogie in it.
Okay, that's good.
She said in two.
Yep, that's
What's a
I don't
cat's favourite colour?
Meow. Yellow.
Purple.
Okay.
Uh,
Thank you to whoever sent.
who was
those
that?
in.
Emma. Thank you, Emma. But that didn't
I
get me. And I'm a big known giggler.
All right, I'll give you a couple more. We're going to go with 5 of them. Harry Scholl sent in one. He said, I ate a clock the other day. It was very time consuming.
I
That's
like
good.
that. I do like that.
That's
Time
good.
consuming.
It's got a giggle out of Srey. It's got a giggle out of Srey.
That's good.
Aidan Turner. Why don't pirates have a shower before walking the plank?
I don't know.
Because they wash up on shore.
Oh, that's.
That's a
smart.
really tough
Yeah,
watch.
sorry guys.
That was a really tough watch.
That's not great, that one.
That's smart.
This is a good one. We put this on the Instagram story today. Ethan McFerdrin. I wanted to buy some camo pants the other day, but I couldn't find any.
Yeah, that's topical
tough.
because of my hat.
Yeah,
But it's not
topical.
funny.
Tough.
I lost Srey at the shops today, and then he took his hat off to scratch his hair, and I found him.
Yeah.
Check out Mike on the bin
Yeah.
after this one.
Hey, this is feedback. I've taken
I
over
like-
feedback
I like-
because feedback's gone missing.
The jokes
so
aren't terrible.
the idea was I dish up some really bad jokes, and it forces you boys to pull the
Yeah,
finger out and
well-
get feedback on board next week.
Yeah, well,
Feedback is crawling back.
cricket wicket 11-7 or something. We need
Good.
this.
It needs to come back.
Oh jeez.
So we don't have to
They're
listen
not
to
the
the-
worst jokes ever.
All
But
right,
they weren't flash.
we'll go into the checkout. Next week, I expect a good feedback.
All right.
You need to beat that. You need to beat the jokes.
It's not hard to beat, so
Yeah.
we'll come back.
We'll get it done.
Good. All right, checkers, check out. What have we had so far this year?
We had honey last
Episode
night.
10.
Honey,
We've had
we
honey.
had that fish paste,
Fairy Friends,
chocolate
chocolate cake,
chocolate cake,
protein
mashed
bar.
potato, water,
Spam.
spam. That one got us almost fired.
All right, not stinky, but I know you've consumed your beverages you had in front of you, so it could be a tough one, this one.
Okay. He's sitting on it again.
I'm sitting on it. I'm
Stop
melting
sitting
it.
on the stuff.
It's hot and spicy beef jerky.
Yes! Oh my god, I love
Beef
this.
jerky kind of smells.
Nah, but it's
Nah,
good.
not that bad. It should be fine.
Okay. I don't really like beef jerky.
I know you don't
Oh,
like beef
gimme,
jerky, and I know
gimme.
you,
Siri's just talking to me.
I know
sorry.
you don't have a drink in front of you, so I'm hoping this is really spicy.
No, see, the only person that was concerned with spice is you. I can eat spice. I'm not sure about Will, but
It smells
I
alright.
love this.
All right, Will, dig in. Have your
Alright,
beef
gimme,
jerky.
gimme.
Gimme.
They had a few options of jerky there. They had a different, like honey soy garlic jerky.
that,
Yeah.
that,
They
that,
had just regular. They had
that-
mild. I don't know. I grabbed the spicy one because I thought if I can stitch you up, it's gonna. Will's grabbed half the packet.
Yeah.
You're dropping jerky on the carpet. All right, Srey, here we go.
Oh, jeez. All right, one back.
Is it hot?
No.
I like pepper and chili granules.
I'm tempted, but I know it's not going to end well, so I'd probably just
Yeah.
leave it. Should I? Should I?
No. Don't do it.
It's
gonna do it.
delicious.
I'm going to do it. I'm doing my own checkout for the first time ever.
Cheers.
It's hot.
That's
like
awesome.
it's like eating a mouthful of pepper.
That's awesome.
It's not like spice. It's just pepper.
Yeah. It's not like a good tasty spice.
No, it's just literally just jerky with pepper
Wow.
and lots of it.
Give me another piece. I'll see. Let me go again. Hold on. Cut this out. That's the.
What do we rate it in terms of what that we are? Checkers, checkouts. We've had 10 episodes, 10 checkouts. Where do you rate that in the list of checkouts? One
That's
being the best.
top half of them.
I like my jerky, so that's number 1.
That's better than chocolate cake.
I think that's 4.
Better than furry friends.
5. I think it's 5.
Let me retract my statement because I forgot we had furry friends.
Yeah.
That's number 2.
I think it's 5.
Ooh.
I think it's just the top half of what we've had.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I couldn't stitch you up too much because I know it's a bit of a warm day outside. If I brought
Cheers.
something stinky in,
We would be
fired.
We'd be unemployed.
We'd be
have
episode
nowhere to
11
live.
wouldn't exist. So
Because people don't know, but I sleep in here sometimes.
that's 10 episodes of the Ressies done and dusted. What do we got coming up this week? We have no cricket. We have the Melbourne Cup, of course.
Melbourne Cup, yeah,
There's not a whole lot on.
Really? Yeah.
I've got a DJ gig.
Oh yes.
Trey's got a lot of work.
I'm gonna go and work.
Will's going back to
I'm
Geelong.
going to Geelong.
We're going to ramp up the Movember campaign. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
definitely.
That's where it starts this week. That's where we're going to put a lot of effort into that one.
Where are you DJing so the people at home can...
The Sench on Friday night.
Central Hotel. That's one in Beaconsfield, guys. So if you are from Melbourne, you think about making the trip, it's definitely worth it.
It's a good place. We played the Sench a few times. Last we
Yeah.
played there. It was a grand final eve. It
I
was
actually love going. That's a great place.
pumping.
Good pub.
I'll bring a few bottles of water this time. Not
Yeah.
because of anything, but other than it's pretty hot in there.
Every time we go
They get a
there,
few bodies in there, and it
Yeah,
just
plenty of bodies in that gym.
always a great place.
Anyway, Srey, finish her off. Episode 10.
All right, thank you guys for listening on Spotify. Please like us and rate us 5 stars. Also, click the notification bell on Spotify so when we post a podcast, you get a notification. And then just rate us 5 stars wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you next week. Cheers.